Hey guys, big breaking news coming out. President Donald Trump sounds World War III warning as Russia and Ukraine war drags on. Now, he said this live on TV. All right, so this is not the first time the president sounds World War III warning. Actually, I think this year he mentioned it like 3, 4 times, so that's how serious it is. We're going to get to this news. We have some more breaking news coming out. Another earthquake strikes Japan. A 6.7 magnitude hits northeast Japan. All right, so we're going to get to all this news. There is a tsunami warning, by the way. They just activated tsunami. So we're going to see what's going on with this news. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you again for your support. Let's see what's going on here. Let me play this video.
I have a great relationship with the countries of Europe. As you know, I took GDP. I took what they're spending as a percentage of GDP, but it was at 2, and they weren't paying, and now it's at 5, and everybody's amazed. But that 5% is a lot of it's coming back to the United States. With that being said, I'd like to see the killing stop. 25,000 people died last month. Soldiers, mostly soldiers, but some people also where bombs were dropped. But for the most part, 25,000 soldiers died last month. I would love to see it stop, and we're working very hard. It doesn't really affect the United States unless it got out of control. You know, a thing like that, as you probably know, because you are a professional, a real professional, which is something I don't say about a lot of other people, but you are a great professional. Things like this end up in third world wars. And I told that the other day. I said, you know, everybody keeps playing games like this. You'll end up in a third world war, and we don't want to see that happen.
We don't want to see that happen. He's warning World War III. This could spark World War III. The president warns Ukraine war countries, if everybody keeps playing games like this, you end up in a third world war. So the president revealed he directly warned countries involved in the Ukraine conflict that their continued escalation risked triggering World War III during recent remarks. So things like this ends up in third world wars. And I told that the other day. I said, you know, everybody keeps playing games like this, you end up in a third world war. And we don't want to see that happen. The president essentially telling NATO, Ukraine, Russia, to stop the brinksmanship before proxy war becomes direct conflict. I just posted a video not too long ago about NATO General Mark. I mean, he's sounding the alarm saying that Europe needs to get ready. When the U.S. president is publicly warning about World War III, that's no hyperbole. That's acknowledgement of how close we're getting to catastrophe. So give me a second here. Let me just pull up the full article. U.S. president on Friday warned that the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict could lead to a global catastrophe, cautioning that a prolonged battle could end up in a third world war. His remarks came during an interaction with reporters at the White House shortly after he signed an executive order aiming at preventing a patchwork of state-level AI regulations. The AI. All right, so there's going to be a lot of AI stuff and a lot of AI cameras, a lot of AI, here's the thing, Donald could do all that, and eventually there's going to be so many AI stuff that's going to come out. Now, 13 states has signed, well, came together and kind of banned the RFID device on humans and stuff like that. So you got 13 states which say absolutely not and ain't gonna happen. Donald did not. He never mentioned about the microchip human implants. So the only thing Donald is talking about is basically AI stuff now and digital currency and Bitcoin. But I do believe that eventually that RFID is going to come out pretty soon. It says here Donald said he was increasingly disturbed by the scale of casualty in the war, noting that an estimated 25,000 people, mostly soldiers, were out in the past month alone, urging an immediate halt to the fighting. He said Washington was pushing aggressively for a breakthrough. I'd like to see the killing stop. 25,000 passed last month. I would love to see it end. And we're working very hard, he said, reiterating his warning. The president added, everybody keeps playing games like this will end up in a third world war. And we don't want that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because the Bible says it will happen. These wars will hit the fan. The entire world will be involved. There will be many events to come. Even Jesus Christ said it would be tough times for pregnant women and nursing mothers. It says here earlier, the White House Press Secretary Carolyn said the president was extremely frustrated with both Moscow and Kiev over the lack of progress towards a settlement. I mean, I'd be all frustrated too, knowing that this war is still going on. She said Donald was unwilling to hold more meetings for the sake of meetings and wanted concrete results as the U.S. leads mediation efforts in the 4-year-old war. He's sick of talk. He wants action. He wants this war to come to an end. She added that Donald had held discussions with European leaders on Wednesday, while U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and his team were engaged in talks, direct talk with both sides, literally as we speak. Meanwhile, Zelensky said Washington has been urging Kiev to pull back forces from parts of Donetsk to create a free economic zone in Ukrainian-controlled eastern regions, an idea reportedly advanced by the U.S. but aligned with Moscow's strategic interest, according to Al Jazeera. Excuse me, guys. I'm still battling this pneumonia. Now, it says here, Zelensky confirmed that Ukraine had submitted a 20-point set of counter-proposal to American officials and stressed that any territorial compromise would require approval through a national referendum. Zelensky has also faced mounting pressure from Washington to reach a negotiated settlement, with reports claiming that Donald hopes to see an agreement by Christmas. Hopefully. So the broader peace plan includes 20-point framework along with additional documents on security guarantees and Ukraine's reconstruction, though the revised details had not been released. Amid diplomatic activity, NATO Secretary General Mark issued a sharp warning in Berlin, urging European allies to rapidly scale up defense production and spending. There you go. Basically, in other words, prepare for war. And that's what Don is talking about. This is going to lead to World War III. He said Moscow could target NATO within 5 years if Europe remains complacent. We are Russia's next target, Mark said. That's assuming. Again, there's nothing to back that up, guys. So conflict is at our door. Russia has brought war back to Europe, and we must be prepared. 5 years, that's basically 2030. 2030. Okay, we're already done with the World War III stuff. Excuse me. Now we're going to go with the earthquake. A magnitude 6.7 earthquake hits northeast Japan. A magnitude 6.7 earthquake has struck Japan's northeastern region, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. It happened at 11:44 local time at a depth of 20 kilometers. Man. And was followed by several smaller quakes. The agency has issued a tsunami advisory for parts of Japan's eastern coast, warning that the waves could reach up to 1 meter. Today's earthquake comes after a magnitude 7.5 quake struck the same region earlier this week, injuring dozens of residents. And yeah, not only that, but Japan has put out a mega quake warning, and that should be active until December the 16th. So today is December 11th, so another 5 more days. If there's no mega quake, they're gonna cut that off. They're gonna cut off the mega quake warning. What we know so far. So this is the location here. So after the initial magnitude 6.7 earthquake struck at 11:44 local time, there have been 3 aftershock with magnitude ranging from 4.5 to 5.7. That 5.7 strong. Its epicenter is off the eastern coast of Amari Prefecture, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. Once again, Japan Meteorological Agency has warned that we may see tsunami waves of up to 1 meter. That's 3.3 feet. Evacuation notices has been issued to some 6,000 people in Mutsu City, Amari Prefecture, according to Japanese emergency warning app. So there is a evacuation going on. Magnitude 7.5 earthquake hit the region days ago. I guess this is an update here. So the number has gone up. More than 50 people were injured. Once again, authorities warned that a stronger tremor could occur, urging people to remain on high alert for at least a week till December 16th. So they also, whoops, what happened here? They also told people to check evacuation routes and prepare emergency kits. This also comes as Japan is anticipating a mega quake along its Pacific coast. Now you have experts have warned of a 60 up to 90% chance that such a quake could happen within the next 30 years. We have a breaking news coming out. The Prime Minister of Japan. Give me a second here, guys. Japanese Prime Minister has just said that the quake does not fall under the mega quake advisory that authorities issued earlier this week. As we reported earlier, authorities had warned that a stronger tremor could occur after a magnitude 7.5 earthquake struck northeastern Japan on Monday. Now it says here, but the Prime Minister said today that people should remain vigilant, check evacuation routes, and their emergency supplies. That's the new Prime Minister of Japan. And she says something that really pissed off China. Boy, oh boy, she really pissed off China. And what happened? Well, things are hitting the fan right now. We sent B-52 bombers out there, and a whole bunch of aircraft was following B-52 bombers, sending a message to Russia and China. This woman here, she's going to be a huge key player to these wars. Give me a second here, guys. Let me take you to the USGS earthquake map really quick. All right, so here we go. Let me fix this so you guys have a better view. Perfect. 6.7. Boom. 10.7 kilometers. And then you have this 5.5 follow after the 6.7. And then you have, yeah, it seems like that's it. Give me a second, guys. I want to see if there's still that tsunami activated. Give me a second here. Breaking news. No tsunami warning. It's been cut off. Excuse me. No tsunami warning. All right, so it was a 6.7, 10 kilometers deep. So there's no tsunami warning. It's been cut off, which is a good thing. All right. Let me go back on X. I want to show you some of this stuff here. It's not a 6.5, it's a 6.7 now. Alright, so here we go. Major 6.7 earthquake off Japan, December 11. A strong magnitude 6.7 earthquake just struck off Koji, Japan at a depth of 9.9 miles. That's a very strong magnitude. Very strong magnitude. Okay, so that was something different there. I don't know why they showed the Titanic. It's been 87 years. All right. So it says here, President Donald states once again that the U.S. strikes will be starting on land pretty soon in Venezuela. All right. Guys, make sure you follow me on Patreon. I just posted a live stream. I went live today on Patreon. So if you guys want to check it out, the link will be in the description box. Thank you again for your support. Man. Just at nighttime, it just get really bad. Once again, 6.7 earthquake strike off Japan coast. Tsunami advisory issued days after historic megaquake warning. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all it. All this. It's just the same thing what I read to you guys. Nothing different. You see that X? That's where it struck. That was a 6.7. Now they're saying that the mega quake could hit that area too. The White House just released this here. America's most pro gamer president. Minecraft Trump. It seems like this is gonna be all of it. Give me a second here, guys. What in the world is going on here? Nearly 700 sinkholes have appeared in parts of Turkey, with new ones showing up fueled by extreme drought. Yep, there we go. Bible prophecy when it comes to drought in multiple areas, also in Iran. And you can't forget the Euphrates River. But this is also due to, I believe, possibly earthquake warnings. All right. I usually don't talk too much about this here, guys. Rest in peace and my condolences to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Um, Erica, blunt, one word response to Camden's non-stop attack conspiracy theory about Charlie passing. Here's the thing, and I usually don't get too involved in this one here. I just talk about world news as related to Bible prophecy. Candace is wrong. Erica just lost her husband, and Candace should respect that. I just feel like she's using Charlie's name for views and fame and stuff like that. It's just absolutely wrong. How many of us have lost loved ones? I mean, just imagine if your neighbor or your friends or anybody else keep bringing up your loved one who passed away and just to make themselves look good. It's just wrong. You don't do that. So my advice to Erica: ignore Candace Owens. Ignore her. Pray for her, but just ignore her. Don't pay no mind to it, because that's what she wants you to do, to respond. Ignore her. Let her go. Let her just yap her mouth and just keep bringing up Charlie's name. Just ignore her. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna end it here. Seems like this is all the information. Plus, my throat is really killing me. Um, so hopefully this whatever it is virus goes away. But I want to thank every single one of you for your prayers. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Today was a long day, and I thank the Lord for the blessings. So again, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell if you can, like and share the video. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna skip the outro. I'm just gonna skip all that. But again, just make sure you keep praying, and thank you so much for your support. Till next time later, peace.